Hello guys, welcome to the video. In this video I'm simply gonna explain the Webflow pricing model. So I recently started working with Webflow, and at first their pricing model was really difficult to understand, because they basically have two different pricing plans here. They have the site plans and they also have the workspace plans. So I'm just gonna explain how these work, the site plans and the workspace plans, and how they both work together. So let's start with the site plans. So at the beginning, the first plan here is a starter plan, and this basically is like a default plan that comes with Webflow. So once you register on Webflow, you're gonna be on this plan automatically for any site you create. Okay, so it basically allows you to create 50 CMS items and gives you 1 gig worth of bandwidth. So that's the starter plan. I'm going to explain how this relates to the workspace plan very soon. We have the basic plan. So this is just for static websites. So as you can see here, we have 0 CMS items. So if you want a static website like a landing page and you don't plan on using Webflow for content, you can use this basic plan here. Okay. Then next here we have the CMS plan. So this is mostly for let's say you have a website that requires a blog or a portfolio, anything that has to do with content, you can use this CMS plan. So this has 2000 CMS items and 200 gig worth of bandwidth, and you can also add 3 guest editors. So if you have like a website, you could get this guest editors could be your writers or your editor. Then we have the last plan here, which is business. So business is just essentially the same as CMS, but allows you to add more CMS items and more guest editors. And then we have the enterprise. So this is if you have custom needs. Okay, so that's basically for the site plans. So let's go down to the workspace plan. For workspace plan, Webflow has just 3 basic plans. We have the starter, the core, and the growth. So the way workspace plans work is when you create a Webflow account, you have access to, I'm just going to open my workspace, my dashboard. You have access to create a website. Okay, so when you create an account, you're going to be on the default starter plan. Okay, so this allows you to have just 1 seat and 2 unhosted sites. So which means the 2 websites you create on your workspace are by default going to be on the starter plans, which means they're going to have this webflow.io domain here. Okay, which means they're going to have this webflow.io domain, 50 CMS items and 1 gig worth of bandwidth. So once you use up your 2 unhosted sites limit on this, you can't create any more sites on your account, on your workspace account. So I'm just going to go to my dashboard here. So as you can see, I have just 1 site created here. If you notice here, you're going to see account plan, and this is starter, and this is actually the workspace plan I'm currently on. Okay, so account plan here, what's being showed here is not the site plan, just the account plan. So I'm on starter, which means I have access to 2 unhosted websites that use this first starter site plan here. Okay, so another thing you should know is, once you're ready for your site to go live, all you just need to do is purchase a site plan for that specific website. Okay, so if you finish designing your website on this normal workspace part, you can just buy for example the basic plan for it, and once you add a site to another site plan apart from this, you're gonna have an extra starter plan space. You can create another website and it's going to be on the starter plan. So basically you'd have 3 different websites. 2 would be on the starter plan, and any other one you've created will be on the site plan. So I know it sounds a bit complicated, but it's actually straightforward. It's not as complicated as it seems. Site plans are just for individual projects that you've created. Okay, So once you buy another site plan apart from this default one, it's going to free up one of your unhosted sites limit for the starter plan. Okay, so if you decide to get another workspace plan here, let's say you get the core, you're going to get 10 unhosted websites. So which means you're going to get 10 unhosted websites that are on the starter plan. The same thing with the growth. So if you get growth, you get unlimited hosted sites, which means you can create as many projects that are going to be on the starter plan. You only need starter plans when you only need site plans when you want to launch a specific project. Okay, you want to launch a specific project and use a custom domain. So that's basically how everything is structured. We also have the e-commerce plan. So this goes hand in hand with the workspace plan. It's just essentially the same thing, but this is just for e-commerce. So if you have a project already created, you could just purchase an e-commerce plan and everything would work the same way and to work with the site plan. Okay, so it's very straightforward. If you have any questions related to Webflow pricing, you can ask via the comment section. I can answer them. So that's basically it for this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.